Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I am based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, but we can help you no matter where in the U.S. or abroad you are located. We had clients today come to the office for a consultation. One of them was from Nebraska. Another one was from Kansas. Note that we're near Washington, D.C. It was a long drive for them here, where they came all the way here to meet us in person to talk about VAWA cases. We very much appreciate people coming in person, but if you would like to work with us, know that you don't have to come in person. We do have the option of doing our consultations by Zoom or by phone, just based on your preference. If you want to come in person, I am more than happy to see you in person. We are in Washington, D.C., which is right outside of Arlington, Virginia, and we can help with all types of immigration cases. So no matter what type of immigration case you might have, we are happy to help you with it. Okay, so feel free to give us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. If you would like to schedule a consultation to talk about your immigration case, what we do in a consultation is we will outline your process, your timing, your fees involved, go through various options with you. If you qualify for more than one immigration option, we will go through all of that and the benefits, the pros and cons of each option to keep you here in status. All right, give us a call. We are at 703-348-1663. So one thing I want to get started with is, if you've never joined me, say hello, tell me where you're watching from, share this post with others. I will be on for a little bit, for a few minutes, to answer immigration questions. So go ahead and put your question into the chat. I'm streaming live on both Facebook and on TikTok. So that's at Agarwal Immigration on both Facebook and on TikTok. So go ahead and put your question in. I am happy to answer it for you. And I do handle all types of immigration, so I'll be able to answer your questions for you. Hi, Hedayat. Nice to see you. Thank you for watching. Hedayat's watching from Georgia. Simone is watching from Barbados. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining. And if you have immigration questions, please make sure you put them in here. I do see some questions popping up, and I promise I will get to them. What I want to start off with is our question of the day. If you've never watched us before, we start off with a question of the day, which is a common question that we get, and I think will be helpful to you. Okay, so first is, I have a green card, right? I have a green card. I've let it expire. Will I get deported? So I have an expired green card. Will I get deported? And I want to distinguish here between a 2-year conditional green card that is expired versus a 10-year green card that is expired. So if you have a 10-year permanent green card that is expired, you will not get deported, right? So having an expired green card is not necessarily your underlying permanent residency status. It will make things more complicated for you. For example, you might have to show that you're authorized to work in the U.S. That would make it more complicated. So if you have a 10-year permanent resident green card, a 10-year green card, you're a lawful permanent resident, and you just let it expire and you forgot about it, no need to worry. The good news is, no need to worry. You are still in status. You're still considered a green card holder, and apply for that renewal as soon as possible to just make it easy for you to travel in and out of the country, to make it easy for you to work, and show that you have lawful status here in the U.S. All right, give us a call if we can help you with your green card. I hope that was helpful to you. And you can reach me at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. I see some questions in here, so I'll go ahead and start answering them. Again, if you are just joining me, welcome. Tell me your name, where you're from, and feel free to put your questions into the chat. We do handle all types of U.S. immigration law, including employment-based immigration, including individual green cards, visas, family-based applications, humanitarian applications like asylum, like Violence Against Women Act green cards, VAWA-based green cards, U visas for victims of crime that cooperate with the police, T visas as well for victims of trafficking. So give us a call and we will, if we can schedule a consultation, we will talk confidentially about your case. Or if you have that one-off immigration question, this is the opportunity to ask that. Okay, and I will do my best to give you a complete answer. Just know that the information that I give you is not legal advice. It's just general information because I don't have the opportunity to talk to you individually. All right? Okay. Pargat Mund says, hello, I have a query. Can we get advanced parole while your U visa is pending? We do not usually apply for advanced parole for U visa applicants. We don't apply for it. Generally, I'm fairly certain that I don't believe you qualify, but to be honest, we don't usually apply for it with our U visa applicants. You can wait to get your U visa. We do apply for work authorization. We apply for work authorization along with your U visa application. If you need to leave the country for some kind of emergency, we can talk to you about getting an emergency authorization to leave the country. But usually, if you're out of status, I will advise my clients not to leave the country until they have that green card in hand or until they have that visa in hand. So if you get a U visa before you get the green card, hopefully you will have it in hand before you leave the country. Okay, I advise all my clients that. Hidayat is saying, I applied to renew my EAD in October and I still didn't get it. Hidayat, usually it's taking about 8 months, sometimes 10 months to get your employment authorization card. So right now it's taking about 8 to 10 months to get your employment authorization card. Just know that your employment authorization application has to be based on something else. So you can't just only apply for employment authorization. Usually it's based on something like a pending green card application, or if you have a U visa, you can apply for work authorization. So it's usually based on something else, some other kind of status that you hold. So just make sure that you qualify, right? You qualify. Otherwise, it's going to cause delay in processing and you might get a denial. So just make sure you qualify for work authorization. If we can help you with work authorization, I would love to do that for you. You can reach me at 703-348-1663. Simone says, my husband's mother sponsored him and he is waiting on an interview date for over a year. Do you know how long he'll have to wait? So if your husband's mother sponsored him, so if I'm assuming then the mother is a U.S. citizen, she's sponsoring your husband, it will take a long time, usually about 15 years, and he would need to be in status that whole time. I know you said, Simone, you're from Barbados. It takes about 15 years to get an interview date. Okay. I think you can always check what they're processing right now. So when the application was submitted for the one that they're currently processing. So you can check that on a document called the Visa Bulletin. So you can pull it up, check that document, and there are limits on how many they issue in this category. So this is going to be the son of the married child of a U.S. citizen, and that has a longer wait time actually than any other category other than siblings. So I think it's usually about 10 to 15 years. I don't know exactly offhand. It changes based on which country you are from, but I don't know it by heart. So check the Visa Bulletin and they will tell you exactly which application they're processing right now, and you'll be able to see at that point. Okay, give us a call if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Simone, there's a wait list for those. So it just is going to take a little bit. Parga, thank you for sending all of these hearts. I appreciate it. Hi, Ethan. Nice to see you. Great. We have a few other questions. We're going to start off with U visas, right? So how can a U visa help me? How can a U visa help me is one of the questions that I'm going to address today. A U visa, for those of you that are unfamiliar, are for victims of crime, right? U visas are for victims of crime. You've cooperated with the police. You've received certification from the police that you've cooperated in an investigation. So there are only 10,000 U visas that are issued each year. So as a heads up, if you apply, it's going to take a long time, years till one becomes available for you. However, the good news is that you can apply for work authorization along with your U visa application. So you will be able to have a social security number. You'll be able to kind of have permission to be here in the US while your U visa application is pending until that U visa is issued for you. Okay? So even though it might take a long time for you to get a U visa, the actual U visa to be in U status, it will lead to a green card ultimately, but you do get benefits while it's pending. So it's worth doing if you qualify. If you want to find out if you qualify, call us. We're at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. All right, great. Another question we got recently is, can I apply for a U visa if I'm not in the US, right? Can I apply for a U visa if I'm not in the United States? Yes, you can apply for a U visa even if you are not in the United States. However, the underlying crime has to have occurred in the US. The underlying crime has to have occurred in the US, right? And you have to show that you are cooperating with the police, that you helped in an investigation, or you're willing to help in an investigation if needed. Okay. The issue with that is most attorneys that understand U visas are going to be US immigration attorneys, and they're going to be based here in the US. However, with remote capabilities like Zoom, like the phone, and being able to handle most of your case remotely, we have no issue helping people who are outside the US that may have U visa certification or may have helped the investigation of a crime. All right, give us a call if we can help you. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Hidayat says, I'm on asylum status. What will be the issuance date since it expired in February? I'm not sure what your question is, Hidayat. I don't know what you mean. If you're granted asylum, that means that you are allowed to live here in the U.S. Oh, you're talking about an EAD. Okay, Hidayat says an EAD. It doesn't necessarily matter. It's just whenever they approve it is when they give it to you. You can apply for an EAD card 6 months before it expires. So I would take advantage of that, right? You can apply for an EAD 6 months before it expires. So that gives USCIS a really long time to process that. So hopefully you will get it quickly. Also, you might qualify for what's called a 180-day extension. So usually, this is just generally, it might vary on your specific case, but generally, if you're applying for an EAD extension in the same category that you already had, then you automatically get extended for 180 days. Okay, and you automatically get extended for 180 days. So call us if you can. If we can help you with EAD, if you want to find out how to get work authorization, I'm happy to chat with you about that. You can reach me at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Alex says, I just did my biometrics for adjustment of status. What's the next step? Just did my biometrics after adjustment of status. What is the next step? So adjustment of status comes in different forms, right? So it could be employment-based adjustment of status. It could be humanitarian VAWA components adjustment of status. There are different steps for different types of applications. So let's assume, I'm just going to assume that it's a normal marriage-based green card, right? Or maybe it's a family-based green card. And that's what you're talking about. So once you do biometrics, depending on if this is a case type that normally schedules interviews, usually family-based applications are, you will have an interview scheduled. Even before that, however, you might, if the government needs additional documents. So for example, if you're married and they want more evidence to show that it is a real marriage, not just for immigration purposes, then they will ask for more information. So you can wait a little bit and see, are they asking for additional evidence on any kind of eligibility requirement for your green card application? That might come next. If not, and you go straight to an interview, great. It seems that they had all the information they needed. And you'd have to just get ready for the interview and make sure that you can answer the questions truthfully and accurately. Okay, give us a call if we can help you prepare for a green card interview. If you have questions on a green card, I would say give us a call and I'd be happy to chat with you about it. All right, 703-348-1663. We are doing our consultations by Zoom and by phone. And today we met with a couple people in person. So I'd be happy to meet with you as well. Give us a call, 703-348-1663. And we are located in Arlington, Virginia, but our clients are all over the country. Arnold says, if I'm an immigrant, can I apply for a work permit? Yes, absolutely. If you're an immigrant, many immigrants apply for a work permit. Only immigrants qualify for a work permit, right? Because if you are a citizen born here in the US, you don't need a work permit. So only immigrants apply for work permits. So yes, of course, you can apply. This is what you need to know about work permits. However, you can't just apply for a work permit with nothing else, right? You apply for a work permit along with a green card. You apply for a work permit because you have some other status. It could be student status. You could apply for work permit based on your student status. Many people who are students graduate and then are able to work for anywhere between 1 and 3 years just by having that student status. So they also apply for work permits. Others are asylum applicants, humanitarian cases applicants. They can also apply for work permits. So you can apply for it on many different grounds. So you want to make sure that you have some basis, that you're doing the right thing, and we can help you with that as well. Give us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Bargat says, can we apply for a U visa, go to our home country, and come back if the U visa gets approved? So yes, so you can apply for a U visa even if you are outside the country, as long as that crime occurred in the country. Okay? As long as the crime occurred in the country, you can be outside of the country when you apply. When it's approved, you would go to the embassy and get stamped, and you would come back in on that U visa. All right? Alex clarified that his green card application is based on marriage. If it's based on marriage, Alex, then the next step is the interview, the green card interview. All right, great. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you for your wonderful questions. I'd love to share everything about immigration with you. Give us a call if we can help you schedule a consultation and talk to you about your immigration case. Again, we're in Arlington, Virginia, but we handle immigration cases all throughout the country. Even some of our clients are abroad. I'd be happy to chat with you about your case. 703-348-1663. If you don't already like us and follow us on Facebook and TikTok, we're at Agarwal Immigration. Make sure you like and follow us. And if you know other people that might have immigration questions and might benefit from this, please make sure you share this post with them. All right, have a great evening. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.